All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Recha Kodash, double honors unto the apostles, the elders, and the bishops of Great Millstone. I want to send much love unto the brothers out there doing his work in truth and sincerity. And also I want to send peace and blessings unto the believers of the hopeful elect. And in this lesson, I wanted to do a response video unto this video that was put up by ABC News Australia. And as you can see, the title of their video reads, China's Digital Currency Revolution. And this video was put up July 6th of 2023. So roughly, about, 6 or 7 months ago. And in this video, man, they go into how China is pretty much ahead of the world when it comes to pushing the central bank digital currencies and just ultimately establishing the will of the elites, okay, which ultimately is the will of the living God, Yahweh, right, to bring forth this digital prison to enslave mankind. Now, there is a video of Mr. Klaus Schwab, the CEO of the World Economic Forum, in which he says that China is a model for the world, meaning that the world should follow how the Chinese Communist Party has control over their people and how they are implementing this digital prison, man, okay? And in this video, they're going to go into a little bit of detail of it. I have to sped up a little bit here for time's sake, for work's sake. But this is a very edifying video, man. And then I get a scripture too and close out here. So here we go.
China is already well on the verge of becoming a cash-free society. But now, the world's second-largest economy is determined to render its currency completely digital. Since last year, trials have been underway in cities across China for a new form of money known as CBDC.
So a CBDC is a central bank digital currency. CBDCs were designed to allow the central banks more oversight into the financial system.
But for the Chinese government, wider adoption of digital yuan is taking back control of the country's economic activities from WeChat and Alipay to super apps that process around 95% of digital payments in China.
You can very much, looking back at the recent history of things, see CBDC and in particular CNY in this context as a response to the dominance of WeChat Pay and Alipay.
In 2020, China abruptly blocked the initial public offering of Ant Group, the behemoth behind Alipay, at the last minute.
What has happened since that suspension of the IPO for Ant Group is that we've seen Chinese authorities effectively try to clip the wings of these companies by forcing them to be more integrated within the centrally controlled financial system and basically share their data more openly and freely with the central government authorities. What this means in practice is that effectively the People's Bank of China, China's central bank, now has a data center that basically houses all transactions that happen in the economy.
The central bank will know who's paying, how much they're paying, when they're paying, where they're paying, and then to analyze the patterns of payment.
Another major concern.
Right. In other words, they will have total control. Okay? This is what they're all aiming for, is to have total control over your lives, over your spending, what you do, where you go. This is how crazy the world is about to get, man. All right? People are trying to so-called pass bills, not to get this stuff implemented over here in America and in other parts, of Western culture, but it's not going to work, man. This stuff is going to come everywhere, all right? And there's no stopping it because it's biblical prophecy, okay?
Surrounding the digital yuan and its ability to be programmed, as is proudly outlined in his white paper.
We know enough about digital currencies and CBDCs to hypothesize that Chinese government could effectively boycott certain foreign companies or individuals, or even their own domestic companies or individuals, by blocking transactions or using or programming the ECNY to basically vanish from people's accounts in protest of certain individuals or companies or institutions.
However, China's ambition surrounding CBDC is not limited to asserting control within its borders. In recent month, China has been launching trials and pilot programs to test the usability of digital yuan in international trade. One such project is a multiple CBDC platform known as Project Enbridge.
It is a collaboration of the People's Bank of China and the central banks of Hong Kong, United Arab Emirates, Thailand, as well as the Bank for International Settlements.
Following Russia's invasion of Ukraine, the West introduced unprecedented sanctions against Russia, including cutting Russia's access to the global dollar-based payment system known as SWIFT, and Beijing was quietly taking note.
So the SWIFT and financial-related sanctions against Russia definitely have been a shot across the bow for the Chinese authorities because they are still reliant very much on SWIFT-based settlement for trade and for transactions. They also hold large amounts of U.S. treasuries within their FX reserves. So China is still very much dependent on this U.S.-based financial system.
And China has been making...
Right. And the world is dependent on the U.S.-based financial system. Okay? It is still the world reserve currency, man. And if the American dollar crashes, right, if it falls, then the world will fall right along with it, which is the plans of the elites, okay? In order to bring in this digital currency, this new system, they would have to collapse everything and redo everything, in which this is why Mr. Klaus Schwab is calling for a global reset, okay? They want a global reset of everything, man. And it's going to be digital and controlled by the government, all right? In particular, the elites, man. So I'm going to finish out this video here.
Progress in diminishing its reliance on the US dollar.
Saudi Arabia is in discussions with China to price some of its oil sales in yuan.
Last month, Argentina announced that they would start paying for imports using the Chinese yuan due to their shortage of dollars, and Brazil followed suit, announcing that it will allow companies to trade in yuan as well.
However, with US dollars still accounting for 84% of global trade compared to US 4.5%, experts believe that the RMB, China's national currency, is still a long way from challenging the dollar's dominance in global trade, even with the aid of digital yuan.
So the story of China's renminbi internationalization using ECNY is complicated, and it's one that will take time to unfold. Certainly, a lot of observers and critics talk about how this could threaten dollar dominance, but looking at the technological capabilities and China's state as a closed capital account, this seems to be a pretty overblown conclusion.
That said, the bottom line is, out of the 114 countries that are actively exploring their own CBDC, China is by far the most advanced in the pack by a huge margin.
I think that the Western countries should be involved in a more multilateral framework involving the US to try to set standards for central bank digital currencies in a way that protects their own citizens from potential data surveillance or cyber espionage, which in this digital age will become increasingly problematic for governments around the world.
All right, man, so there you have it. It's real, all right? China is on the move, but eventually all of the world will catch up. As you heard in the video, over 130-something, countries are piloting the CBDC, all right, including America. And this thing is going to hit very soon, man. All right, we keep talking about it and keep going into these videos showing you that, hey, look, we're close, very close, all right? And so I'll end here with a precept, man, and I'll close out because this is our prophecy, man. This is Isaiah chapter 46, starting at verse 9. It says, remember the former things of old. I am God, and there is none else. I am the Most High, and there is none like me, declaring the end from the beginning, and from ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. So the Most High in his word, man, has declared the end from the beginning. He gave the prophecies to the prophets to write down, and they wrote down what they saw and how things ended, okay? And the MOTB is a major, major prophecy that will come to pass, but also is a major prophecy showing that we are in the end, okay? Once this thing get implemented, right, this MOTB, the RFID microchip, once it's implemented in the world, as the Apostle Hart keeps saying, things are going to speed up and eventually Esau is going to fall. So we need this stuff to happen, man. Okay. It's not going to be easy, right? It's going to be very trying, but we need this stuff to happen so that the kingdom can be established, man. Okay? We can't get the kingdom until these prophecies are fulfilled. So I'm definitely going to close out. Lord willing, to verify, man. I'll praise you. How about Shema Hashai, by Shema Chakodash. Shalom.